In today's video, I'm going to save you so much money on retreats, like spiritual retreats, meditation, coachings, and God knows what. And here's probably of experience if you just apply what I will try to teach you in this video. In today's video, we're not going to talk about beginner stuff, but we're going to talk about how to become a master manifester. And this video is going to be a little bit more than just saying you just have to affirm you are a master manifester. Not because that doesn't work. Actually, if you want to become a master manifester, which indicates you get everything that you want, and every single time that you think about something pops up, if that is what I mean, and beyond that as well, I definitely invite you to affirm I'm a master manifester as part of your self-concept affirmations. Actually, when I was doing coaching, the first self-concept affirmations that I was giving to everybody was, my reality instantly manifests for me, I'm a master manifester. So I'm not saying with this video that just affirming I'm a master manifester won't produce results, because it will. However, I want this video to be a little bit more advanced, because besides affirming I'm a master manifester, let's understand the practical actions and steps that I am suggesting you to take in order to become one, and to become one super fast. By the way, this video is inspired by the Kyabalion, which, if you want to know anything about mastering this matrix and the universe, I highly suggest you to read the Kyabalion. I talk about the 7 hermetic principles, which is basically the law of assumption is one of the 7 hermetic principles, and you cannot go against these laws. It's even written in the Kyabalion, is hermetism at its core. And if you guys want to know more about all of these more advanced topics, I actually already made a video called How to Master the Universe. It's on my channel. Remember to subscribe and hit the ring bell button so you get notified about my new videos, but also watch my older videos, where especially the old ones are, this is so funny, I started this channel with more advanced topics, and then I became easier and easier as I progressed. So if you actually go to the first videos that I ever posted, you're gonna find tremendous content about advanced manifestations and esotericism and so much more. And on Patreon, guess what? You find even more, just in case you want to join the community. The link is down below for all my services. The link is down below anyway. So with that, and if you want, no, that's it. That's all I want to say. So, okay, so let's talk about today's video, and let's talk about how to become a master manifester with practical steps. Okay, you have done the affirmation, you have said it, then what happens? For the majority of the time, if this is not you, obviously it's not you, but the majority of the time, in my personal experience, what I've saw is that everybody starts very well. Everybody is very convinced. They start doing the affirmations. I give them practical exercise also of like cultivating their self-concept, things that help, generally speaking, be on top of your game and on top of your mental diet and all of this stuff. In my videos, we discuss heavily about many techniques that you guys can choose. Actually, one of my next videos is going to be about what is the best method for you to manifest, and we're going to do a little fun test together. So I do all of this stuff, yet the problems arise all the time after the first week, sometimes even earlier than that. And these questions gets thrown out in the air all the time about, yeah, but I'm reverting back to my old self. I'm reverting back to my old self. I keep reacting, and you guys get stuck into really beginner, basic manifestation abilities, even though you are already a master manifester, because you're manifesting everything in your reality. But consciously, you're stuck on this beginner stage where, oh, I'm just affirming, and then I'm reacting to the 3D, and I didn't know how to progress further. I made another video about more advanced manifestation on one of my lives, so just in case you want to watch it. But so how do I take that step forward to actually get everything that I want and more? It's by understanding, apart from, again, yeah, affirming that you already are, we already made that clear, but it's really understanding spiritual truth, not half of the truth. And that's a problem that I see a lot with spiritual content in general. They say a lot of truth, but it's only half truth. And then the reaction of people all the time is, when I give my own teachings, is, oh, but you're so contradictory, because you guys are looking for half truth. You're not looking for spiritual truth. And the spiritual truth, like the universal truth, is that everything exists in a paradox. So even existence in and of itself exists in a fundamental paradox. I'm gonna get easier, don't worry, this is a little bit philosophical, but I know you can take it. So see, you guys, in order to understand this and understand how you manifest things on a mastery level, it's understanding this. And it's a lesson, by the way, if you're Christian, you will probably already know this. It's the lesson of Christ. And that's why Neville Goddard talked about Christ so much. Christ, if I'm correct, I'm paraphrasing over here, but he said, I am of this world. I am in this world, paraphrasing. I am in this world, but not of this world. That sentence contains the paradox of life. It contains a key aspect to become a master of this existence, of this matrix. Why? Because it contains this knowledge, which is truthful knowledge, not half truth, where the universe and everything contained in the universe and beyond, even in other universes, it's made of consciousness. So we know, theoretically, that everything is consciousness and everything is tied up in an immense energy of love. Not romantic love, but universal love. Deep, all-encompassing love. If you have ever had like a very deep meditation, awakening, or you had like ayahuasca, DMT, all this sort of stuff, you know what I'm talking about. You had already vividly this experience. You don't have to take all of this stuff in order to have this experience. You just can't understand it right now. So everything, the all, is the all. And consciousness molds itself into everything. That's why we are God, because we are consciousness as well as human body. But we live in a paradox, as the universe itself lives in a paradox. Because it's not pure consciousness. We cannot say, as long as we are incarnated in this planet, we cannot say that we are pure consciousness in the moment that I have a body. I have the awareness that I'm more than my body, and if I want to feel that I'm just consciousness, I have to go to the void state, I have to go to the I am presence and go there mentally, okay? But I live in a paradox because I am living in the fact that I am consciousness, I am an extension of God, but at the same time, I am a body. And the same is valid for the universe. Please understand this is very important in the process of manifestation. I know it's more advanced topics, but we have to get there, you guys. You can't just do videos about you just have to affirm. First, there are so many other content creators that are making this sort of videos. You don't come to me for that sort of content. You come for me for a little bit more, I assume. So, the universe lives in this paradox too, because yes, it's true that the universe is consciousness. It's part of the consciousness of the creations of consciousness. However, the universe has laws, which include the law of assumption. And these laws are very finite. A meteorite is very real, is very finite. If today I smash myself into the wall, I will break it. I will break my head. And that is very real. So how can I say that I am a dreamer living in a dream if I cut myself, I hurt and I injure? Is this a simulation? Probably it is. However, you are inside the matrix. And by the way, the theory of simulation theory, which I talked about it on my channel, and there are many more other channels, a scientific channel talking about this, is a high probability theory in the scientific world. Not everybody agrees with it, but it's a high probability that we live in a simulation. Besides that, even if that will be true, you live inside the simulation. Nobody has gone away from the simulation and came back and told us the story apart from Christ. Seriously, that is the only man I have ever heard of, and a few other gurus here and there, but let's keep Christ, that apparently died and resurrected and gave us the tale. I don't know anyone personally that has done that, and neither science does. So with that being said, you understand that you are living in the confinement of the Matrix. Do you remember the movie The Matrix? Why Neo becomes the one? Why Neo becomes the master of the Matrix and saves everybody at the end of the series of the movies and all of that. And by the way, the directors, if I'm correct, the directors of the Matrix are agnostics, and they are very much aware of the 7 Hermetic principles. They are. I am sure 100%, because the entire movie has so many Gnostic and Hermetic reference. So besides that, it's another philosophical topic. So why Neo becomes the master of the Matrix? He is not trying to affirm himself out of the Matrix. He's not creating resistance over the Matrix, because when he's trying to put resistance and to push his way through the Matrix, he can't do it. He can't bend the spoon. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it. You need to, if you have never watched the movie, I apologize for the reference. Please go ahead, stop the video, watch a little trailer, and then come back. Or watch the movie. That will be very nice. But why Neo in the Matrix becomes the master of the Matrix? Because it understood the rules of the Matrix, and then he bends the rules to his own will because it's using a higher force. That's how you become a master manifestor. Yes, I'm going to stay in the video. I'm going to give you practical class. Stay awake. I'm going to give you practical steps on how to do it. But that's exactly it. So let's go back to the sentence of Christ. I am in this world, but not of this world. Christ knew that he had the understanding that he was finite. He was a body, and he had to play by the rules of the game in a way, right? He knew he was in this world, but he kept himself in awareness the fact that he wasn't of this world. So when he was raising in consciousness, in his state, call it consciousness, call it vibration, it's the same thing. He could make things happen. And that's exactly how you become a master manifestor. This is a theory. I'm going to give you a practical step in a minute. So that's how you do it. And you're already doing it. Partially, you're already doing it by understanding this video, by understanding the law, by doing the affirmation. You're on the right track. So you're good. But then what happens, you cannot regulate the dream, because it's very real. So when an opposite circumstance started happening to you guys, or you hurt yourself emotionally, mentally, whatever, something happens, it feels very real. And you react, and you don't know what to do, because the only thing that people have told you is to affirm your way through it, which works, and it works for so many people, but not for everyone. And it can sometimes be very draining and not sustainable, not for everybody. Remember, everything that I say comes from my personal experience, my personal understanding. Everybody interprets these little shades of the manifestation tiny bit differently. So just take only what resonates with you, but follow me through. So how to coexist with the fact that everything that's happening to me is very real, it feels real, and I know I shouldn't react, but I want to react because it feels very real, and the fact that I know that it's a dream and I'm a dreamer living in a dream inside a dream inside a dream. It makes no sense. Yes, I just have to affirm, but why still I don't get it? Because, well, now you understood the paradox of life, but you don't know what to do with the paradox of life. So you understood that to understand truth, you know that statement A is true and statement B is also true. That's understanding all truth, because we live in a paradox universe, okay? It's cognitive dissonance, what happens in your brain. But how to practically do this? I'm going to read the Kyabalion for you guys. The Kyabalion chapter, this is chapter, I think it's chapter 7, page 58. We do not live in a world of dreams, but in a universe which, while relative, is real so far as our lives and actions are concerned. Like I said, you live inside the matrix that is real. And that's why you should apply, and you should always apply, common sense, because you are living inside the game that is called the Matrix. And that's why Florence Scovelin has wrote a book that it's entitled it's not entitled How You Can Manifest Everything, You Just Have to Affirm, even though she heavily talks about affirmation. She entitled her book The Game of Life and How to Play It. You need to know how Neo knew in the Matrix. You need to know how to bend the spoon by going higher than the physical laws. And the way you arrive higher of the physical laws that are bounding you to this physical reality, which is real and it's a dream at the same time, is by connecting with the higher laws, which is the law of assumption. You follow me through. But how do I do it practically? It's easy. Follow me through. Our business in the universe is not to deny its existence, but to live using the laws to rise from lower to higher. When you're reacting to the 3D and your opposite circumstances, even though it's totally understandable why you're doing that, you are utilizing lower laws. You are saying, this is all that I am. This is all that I see. This is all that I am. In that moment, when you want to react, this is how you go from beginner manifester, I just affirm, to advanced manifester. In the moment that the opposite circumstance happens, before it even lands in your memory, you stop yourself. You remind yourself that you're a dreamer in the dream. You know that it's real. You accept that is the opposite circumstance has already happened. It doesn't matter you have created it, because also this sense of guilt, I have created all of this opposite circumstance, doesn't serve you. It's not going to push you to become an advanced manifestor. It's just a waste of time. You can do the healing work later, not in that moment. Guilt and resentment, it's not going to help you. It's only going to fuel the opposite circumstance. The opposite circumstance happens, the first thing you accept it. Don't resist it. It's pointless. This is real. Let's say you have bills to pay. You use common sense. You know you have to pay them. The bill is real. You don't go against it. Yes, you affirm your way through it, but if you go against the fact that is real, that has happened, you're going to create a resistance and excess potential. You don't believe me? Try it yourself. If you have experienced this, comment down below and help other people understand that I'm not lying when I'm saying these things. You do not want to create excess potential or resistance. So the first thing that you do, you accept it. That doesn't mean that you're going to accept it in your mind or forever. You accept it in the moment. The opposite circumstance has happened. Accept it. Accept it. It's done. It's real. It's finite. It's within the matrix. Okay? You have the ability to go above and use universal law to go above that circumstance, but we're going to get there in steps. So first and foremost, you know it's real, you know it's finite, you apply common sense, you accept it in the moment, okay? And you become aware that that is happening. So our business in the universe is not to deny its existence. It's not to deny that the opposite manifestation has happened, but to live using the laws to rise from lower to higher. Living on, doing the best that we can under the circumstances arising each day, and living so far as is possible to our highest ideals and ideas. That's how you become a master manifester. You go from a beginner stage, I just affirm my way through it, and then I don't know what to do about anything that happens in my life, to I'm advanced. I know what I'm doing. So this is how it looks. The opposite manifestations start because and again, you do this because you understand the paradox of life, that everything is true. We are in a dream and we are real at the same time. So, and you work within the confinement of the matrix utilizing universal law. So what we do is this, you affirm. Some opposite circumstance is going to happen. Maybe not, maybe it happened, or maybe it has already happened. You accept it. You don't create resistance, but you snap back and you're aware. Okay, this has happened. I accept it. But you know what? I'm going to see advantage. I said this in so many videos, but this, guys, this simple action is what is going to transition you from, I manifest a few things, to I know what I'm doing. I'm a master manifester. You see advantage. You do the best that you can with the circumstance that you're given. So the best that you can is, yes, affirm. You affirm your way through it, but from a point of acceptance. If you deny that that thing has just happened, I'm telling you, for the majority of people, it's going to cause resistance. I don't even deny it. Most of the time I don't. I just accept it. Okay. Like I try to give you a practical, even more practical example. I give it the other day. I had some things to pay. I accepted. I was bummed out about it, reacted for a second, and then I was aware. So within awareness, I was like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But as money comes in, money flows in. As money comes in, money flows in. I affirmed and I pray to God. I go to the higher source and I do the best that I can with the circumstances at hand. And I put my mind into my highest ideal. So how does it look? It looks like common sense. Okay, I gotta pay this. That's fine. I'm handling. It is what it is. I'm doing the best that I can with my possible circumstance. But then I'm going to fix my mind on my ideal. I am not going to allow this opposite circumstance to hinder my consciousness. I know that I have to live within the confinement of the matrix, but I have a tool to use universal law to bend the matrix. So you see advantage everywhere you go. That's as easy. It's easy, but you don't do it. That's the problem. It's easy to understand, but you don't do it. The true meaning of life is not to know to man on this plane, if indeed to any, but the highest authorities and our own intuition teach us that we will make no mistake in living up to the best that is in us, so far as is possible, and realizing the universal tendency in the same direction in spite of apparent evidence to the contrary. You understand, this is how you become a master manifester. Instead, you see contrary manifestation, opposition, instead of saying I created, this is my fault, I need to work on my self-concept, I need to do shadow work, and wasting your time. Seriously, it's a waste of time for the majority. I mean, shadow work once in a while, fine, but to do it all the time, waste of time. Rather than doing all of that, you see the opposite circumstances and you realize the universal tendency. If it's something that I don't want, God doesn't want this for me. I accept it. It is what it is, but I will see advantage in your mind. The moment that you're going to start seeing advantage in everything that happens in your life, your mind is going to move to solutions, because the mind only amplifies what you think about. So you're going to be inspired to do actions that are going to solve the situation. And that's a manifestation, because you think the manifestation is just about thinking and materializing. Yes, it is, but it's also other stuff. So when your mind is fixed on advantage, you're going to inspire to do actions that are going to propel solutions that might be immediate. And so that's solved. Or you're going to feel confident. You're going to have more energy. More energy means better and faster ideas, thoughts, and manifestation, and you're gonna sit longer in the desired state of consciousness. That's how you become a master manifester. It's a holistic experience, mind, body, and soul aligned all together. And how to do it practically? You see advantage. You do the best that you can given the circumstance. And rather than succumb to the opposite of that you see, you strive your mind towards, you focus your mind towards universal tendencies. It's easy. And you keep affirming. So we are all on the path, and the road leads us upward ever, with frequent resting places. Read the message of the kyabalion and follow the example of the wise, avoiding the mistake of the alpha wise, who perish by reason of their folly. What happens, just to conclude this video, what happens if you don't understand all of that I said in this video? Watch it even a couple of times. I know these topics are a bit philosophical and esoteric and sometimes hard to grasp. I try to make them as simple as possible, but here is what happens to the majority of people. I've seen this over and over again. Please trust me and test it yourself. They say, oh, this person just told me that I have to affirm, and they do, and it's true. This is half of the truth, so I can't say that affirmation don't work, because they do. But I saw this, people do it, and then they don't accept the opposite circumstance. They just go so much against it. My SP doesn't want me, my SP doesn't want me, I don't accept it, I avoid it. And this causes tremendous success potential, and they are fooled. They live in an illusion. And the SP never gets manifested. That's what happens. I'm sorry to break it down for you. You can't be a fool. You need to know everything. You need to know the spiritual truth. But instead, the people that, and I coached many of these people, that go, okay, my SP is not writing to me. For I give you SP example because it's so famous. It's not writing to me. I accept it. It is what it is. I'm going to still think that I am the best. I'm going to do the best that I can in this situation. I'm going to work on my self-concept. I'm going to do things that make me align with the energy of love. I'm going to keep affirming when it feels natural. And I'm just going to cultivate this energy of love. They do the practical action. Their mind is oriented to universal tendency, to solutions. Guess what? The SP comes back. But they weren't living in an illusion. They understood the paradox of this universe, which is, we are in this world, but we are not of this world. We have to play by the game, by the rules of the game, but we go to the best rule, which is the law of assumption. We use universal law to bend all the other laws to our will. Aleister Crowley has talked about this, the power of will. We use the highest of the law that is available in this universe to bend all the other rules. We do it, yes, with affirmation. 100%, I'm not going to deny this. We do this with affirmation, but we also apply common sense. And common sense is, I accept what it is and I go beyond it. And I see advantage in every situation. Guys, if you can understand this, you will surf through reality like you have a board and you are on the ocean with a wave. You will surf through reality and manifestation will become effortless and you will be a master manifester. You already are in nature, but you will be a conscious master manifester. So I hope this video was interesting. It was a little bit longer and I know this is more esoteric topics. Let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoy this sort of videos that are a little bit more advanced. If you comment down below, first and foremost, I don't answer coaching. I don't do coaching. I don't answer my Instagram DMs. So if you want an answer for me, the comment section is your best bet. So put the comments down below. Let me know your stories if you need any further clarifications, and especially let me know if you're interested in this type of comment, putting also a thumbs up, because this helped me so much understanding what future content to make for you guys that, oh, yes, for sure I like, but that also is valuable for you who are watching. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you also on Patreon. Bye.